I was going to read about the first half of a short story that I just started working on last month. It's tentatively called Bob Coffin Finds His Fight Song. But if anybody has a better idea, I'll buy you a shot of whiskey after the show.
You're on.
Well, what would a good old-fashioned euphemism be between spouses, Bob, if it didn't make you feel like marvelous shit? Your wife saying that you're looking more like your father every day, which means fat and bald and defeated. Which was what led her to suggest you ride this godforsaken bicycle to and from the office. It's dark and you pedal your ass off because you're late for dinner. Nothing worse than surviving 10 hours in the cube, working for a boss who likes to metaphorically sodomize you all day, only to walk in the house and be flogged for keeping the family waiting to eat. Worth noting that you're not on the bicycle by yourself. Corporate rucksack slung across your chest diagonally, the bandolier of the working stiff. It's pushing 40 pounds because of a couple oversized books on HTML. Right then, your archenemy, Nicholas Schumann, slows his SUV, the passenger window rolled down so he can scream out, "Shall we engage in a friendly test of masculine fortitude?" You see, Schumann is a douche of such a pungent variety that he carries a picture of himself wearing his college football uniform in his wallet. And he shows it to people. You'll be huddled with the other dads of the neighborhood at one barbecue or another, and Schumann will whip out the photo and talk about how he single-handedly guided Purdue to an overtime win over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, and how no one thought they had a chance, but as the quarterback, he had to keep the team focused and grinding, etc., etc. All the neighborhood fathers hanging on Schumann's, probably fabricated, renditions from his glory days. He has these neighborhood fathers trained to sniff out your jealousy, and has even said things to them like, "Gentlemen, it appears that Mr. Coffin doesn't enjoy the great American pastime of pigskin." They shake their astonished heads, their eyes eyeing you like you pissed in the damn sangria. Anywho, here he is waiting for you to answer his challenge to a duel of masculine fortitude, the weighty bandolier continuing to creep into your skin. "You want to race me?" You yell back, more panting than actually yelling. "Yeah," he says. "Well, you have an unfair advantage." "You'll have to be more specific," says Schumann. "I have about 30 advantages over you." "The SUV. I won't go over 8 miles an hour," he says. "Come on, let's see what you're made of." It's a despicable truth about the human animal that we often thrust ourselves into the crosshairs of unwinnable equations. Logic is meaningless. Lessons learned get heaved from windows. All that life experience jets the coupe with myopic majesty, and it's hear ye, gather round and take a gander, as another dumb man makes a monkey out of himself. Your particular monkeyness on this particular evening, with the bicycle and the HTML books and the bandolier and the self-hate and the looming dinner atrocity and the mad missus wondering why you love ruining family meals and Nicky All-America ragging your ass from the window of his SUV, challenging you to a race there's no way you can win. And you know you can't beat him, but you don't care. You can't care, Bob. There have been too many unwinnable contests in your life, and you're hell-bent on seeing how you do against the Notre Dame pass rush. How you stack up to what might be categorized as an insurmountable obstacle. Are you the kind of underdog, Bob Coffin, that flouts expectations? Or are you as miraculously pitiful as your wife thinks? So there you are, shirking the boring tradition of reason. There you are, yelling, panting to Schumann, "You're on, you rat bastard!" And thus, your contest is underway. So far, so good. He's staying at 8 miles an hour. You pull ahead. You're winning. You are symbolically vanquishing your neighborhood bane right here on the side of the road. You are a full car length ahead of him, and your lead is growing, and all the sweating and panting and pain from the clawing bandolier jabbing into you is worth it. Adversity is a stepping stone. It's in contests such as these that men disclose the fight in their hearts. But lo and behold, here's what Schumann does next. He has the vehicular gall to shatter the established ceiling of 8 miles an hour. He pulls up even to you, flashes another Nicky All-America grin, then he pulls ahead. Now it's Schumann tooting the goddamn horn. Now he toys with you, slowing down and saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, they're neck and neck, going into the home stretch." "Fuck yourself, Schumann," you yell, pants. Did you just tell me to fuck myself?" he asks. Which brings us to the moment when a certain celebrated college football hero reveals the existential interior of a rancorous cheater. Edging his SUV a bit into the bike lane, almost clipping your scrawny machine, and you swerve into the rough patch of dead grass along the side of the road. Only a few feet before you'd be rammed into an unruly oleander that runs for miles along this stretch. He's dangerously close to you, which makes you dangerously close to the hulking plant. "Watch it," you yell, pant. "Do you know what your problem is, Coffin?" he asks, still edging his SUV. I'm being run into an oleander," you say. "No, you don't have any balls," he says. "You will not be testicularly ridiculed, Bob." "Hell no, you won't. You hemorrhage pragmatism." You take your left hand off of the handlebar in preparation of giving him the bird. Except once your left hand leaves the handlebar to perform the symbolic gesture, the weighty rucksack makes you go herky-jerky, balance faltering, front wheel turning quickly to an unanticipated angle, and you're flying over the handlebars. You are airborne. You have left the bike behind and are traveling a few feet ahead of it. Though this trip will be short-lived, and soon your voyage shall transition into an excruciating landing. The bike crashes, Bob, and so do you. And the valiant Schumann doesn't even pump the brakes. He keeps driving. It's funny how we reveal our camouflage spirits in moments of emergency. You watch his taillights disappear. I appreciate your hospitality.